It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 704.
Happy Tuesday, guys. What's happening? What's going on? How
It's
are
a
we?
Tuesday afternoon show.
Yeah.
I actually, absolutely outrageous, I got myself a hot chocolate delivered.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
what's
from?
wrong with that?
It's an Italian
how
hot
much?
chocolate. This is the stuff that I used to get when I worked at the radio station. It's an Italian hot chocolate, so it's like a melted cup. I thought, how can... Bree's not going to be happy if I get chocolate delivered to home, but if it looks like a coffee, I have smuggled a block of chocolate in this. It's great. Seriously, hang on. Can I try and... I'll try and show you, for the people playing at home.
Just get it on your top lip and show, like have a sip and see how much sticks to your top lip. Because I think that's a good indication of how much chocky is in that. I'm just going...
Oh, yeah, that's quite...
Oh, my God. That
It
looks
is-
like
wow.
tomato soup
It is
texture.
literally... It's disgusting. It is...
What's the thought? What's the thinking behind that? Like, I felt fucking shit house that I got into some Anzac biscuits in the cupboard.
So I only had... So I had breakfast / lunch. I had a smashed avo. And I was like, you know what?
Delivered?
I just need...
Delivered or you made
Yes,
it?
yeah, 3 bags
You
full.
made it? Oh, you got it delivered.
Yeah. And so... Bree saying it's got to stop, though. So
You haven't
this
cooked
is-
in weeks, have you now?
It's been a while.
It's gone,
Well,
hasn't
we did the big cook. We cooked the beans and stuff. I did a huge batch, and we didn't eat it, and so we're piling like the equivalent of a kilo of beans and having to put them into the bin, which seems disgraceful. And so anyway, this is. I'm not doing dinner. I thought this will be a good pick me up for the show. And then I can sort of crash for the night.
Yeah, great.
Hang on,
It's
you're not
so
doing
good.
dinner?
It's so selfish to Brie, but so kind to us. When you crash and you're emotional, Brie gets it. But
No,
you
I
get
won't
the
be
best version
emotional.
of
I'll
you.
just jump on the Monopoly or whatever. I'll have my iPad. Baby will get his iPad. We'll get some
No,
screen
but I'm just
time.
saying we get the best version of you because you're just on that sugar high.
Casey says, I believe you mean brunch, JJ. Yeah, it was brunch. It was after... It was as soon as we got off
It was after
the...
lunch.
Yeah, it was after Stace. We had Stace on. Oh, I can't
Oh,
get this
mate.
cut back. Oh, there we go.
I put curry in the microwave and I was thinking, just when you're thinking about something else and you're just in robot mode, you know, you just sort of, and I grabbed the curry out of the microwave and curry, the lid was open. Curry gets hot as shit, dude. And it just flipped into my hand and went down onto the ground. It was in Tupperware, but hot curry pasty, like, you know, it was a Malaysian curry that stuck to my hand and just like sizzling away. And I had to just get it under the hot water. I'm glad though, because if it was the other side of my hand, I'd be in trouble. But I feel like the inside of your hand there, mine at
Designed
least,
for
yeah, a little bit rough, rough. So it's almost like it's it's a bit of leather. It's not too bad.
Have you seen... I don't know if Derek did some Insta stories, but he's...
Yeah, mate. This is, I mean, to get merchandise without it even being confirmed on Sunday night and then all purchases closed off by Monday morning to then try and get merchandise rolled out the next couple of days is no small feat. And Derek, mate, I'm proud of this guy because we should give the peeps an update, the Gronk Squad an update.
I'll give let's give him Scooter a call.
Okay.
Because we do have an update.
Yeah.
Stand by. Here we go. Connecting. Oh, hang on.
Here we go.
Hello, Derek speaking.
Oh, g'day, Derek. Why did you know what's happening? Like, you know when I called that you're on the show, yeah?
Yeah, well, I do now. Thank you.
So the boys haven't had a clear update. What's the latest when it comes to the merchandise?
Okay, so I've done some investigation. But first, I want to tell you about this time I went to a distillery.
No,
I've
not
just
before I
muted-
tell
I've
you
just
about
muted
rub
him.
dust.
I've just muted
Not before
him.
I tell you about a guy on a bus who bumped into another guy.
All right, I'm gonna.
Right?
I've unmuted you, Scoot.
So I've gone down to do a subtle check
Yeah.
on the situation and found that the Gronk Squad T-shirt were printed and neatly in a pile.
Great.
Oh,
And the timing was beautiful because they were just slapping the ink on and getting ready to do a test run of the main event,
The crew necks.
the crew neck jumpers.
How do they
So
look?
we would call them wind cheaters in my day, but that was a brand, I think.
Wind cheaters? Wind cheaters?
Wind cheater.
Wind
So when
cheaters.
they were
Yeah, I used to.
when
I
they
used
were
to get.
invented-
I used to get that.
Mhm.
I thought
Yeah.
they're the windproof ones, wind cheaters.
No, well, when they were invented, there was a brand, I don't know what brand, but they called them wind cheater because it was like a T-shirt that was thicker, so therefore, and long sleeves. And it just,
I get
it's what everyone called a crew neck knit,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I definitely,
Oh,
I
it-
feel like that was something we all called them back in the day, but then we sort
Yeah,
of,
We did.
we sort of Americanize everything and we move it on. I used to have a juice. It wasn't actually a wind cheater. Maybe it was a hoodie. I just saw a guy the other day with a yellow hoodie, and I'm like, I had that exact same
Real
color.
junky vibes.
Yeah,
Bright yellow
it has
hoodie.
that vibe. And so, Scoot, how is it looking in person though?
Oh, it looked wonderful. It's obviously a workshop that's doing everything they can to still function in lockdown because it's an essential service.
Mhm.
And so it was a bit difficult for me to do my usual probing, investigative video journalism.
Mhm.
But we did manage to shuffle everything around to let me in to take a tiny video of the first test.
It looks
So-
great. Look, the blue
Yeah.
looks spot on. I did
Oh,
troll you and say, "Hey, mate, like, why did you pick that color?" But no, it's looking good. We appreciate it. And so,
And the update is that they will be completed by tomorrow morning, or what are we looking at?
They're done. They're done, done.
And so what we're going to do, so I spoke to DHL. I gave Sevs a job, but he's, because you're getting the show
He's
live,
in
I
love.
guess, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's all good. So what have you done? So
And so I spoke to DHL. The deal is, so we will be getting, so we need to go to DHL,
yes.
to the depot. We need to take them. I need to find out the weight of the T-shirts and the jumpers. So there's a 2 kilo and a 5 kilo size.
Yep.
And so we're going to be able to break even because we charge $20 for post, and the 2 kilos 25, and the
Jeez.
5 kilos 30, and so it works out perfectly. Like we're going to
Have you
break even,
factored
which is
in the
good.
Shopify
The subscription,
costing?
maybe potentially. So basically, we are. So a few people like Happy Harry, who isn't in a DHL area.
Oh no.
He won't be. It goes to a third party, and if it goes to a third party, we're fucked. If you're in a third party area, there are a few. I've got a theory on. You can go, Scoot. Thanks so much for your help.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
We'll catch that
Just giving me the
distillery story
shits with
next
that-
time, mate.
all
Sorry
that,
about
yeah.
that. Ran out
The
of time.
kids in the background. So sorry about that, everyone. No. So I hate V-necks too. In the comment, people talking about
Yeah,
V-necks.
no, don't
Absolutely
like
not. And so anyway, for most people, for 99% of people, we will send them. We'll go to the depot tomorrow. We need to write them out by hand. That's how we're saving money. So we have
Yep.
to actually like fill out the forms rather than doing it online. And then if we do it, so using Grace as an example, who's in WA, if we send it out tomorrow, if we get it to the depot tomorrow before 5, she'll receive it Thursday afternoon.
Wow, that's,
So that's
super
good.
quick, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
really quick. So
I checked with Emma
How
as
do they
well.
do that?
Emma's will make it by Thursday. So worst case, like
Shannon's
you'll get,
will make it as well.
yeah, Shannon's will make it. So Friday they'll there might be a little bit of the flow on, but if you are in regional Australia, you'll Grace
you
says
made
she's
that
not
choice. You made that
she
choice
says
when
she's
you
not
moved there.
confident. Why aren't you,
You made that
confident,
choice
Grace?
when you moved there.
yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
I want to
No,
get
yeah.
so Lara's saying glass half full, Grace. I mean, we're paying the primo. If it doesn't get there, I'll be pissed. I'll get on the phone to DHL.
Oh,
dude, this
definitely,
is
yeah.
a friend with a logistics has a business send shipping stuff, and he said it was a Friday afternoon and they'd lost track of this order and they found it, and it was in the middle of Australia in the back in a truck. It's like, the stress that comes from this shit. I mean, we just got a small audit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's still like, down to the wire.
I love it. Fulfillment's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it is. So where is the depot? And
Port Melbourne.
Port
and we've
Melbourne.
just received a message from Hamish Blake saying that he's going to be joining us at 4:40. The question
4:40 p.m.
Yeah, no, he's just said 4:40. It will be close to the end. I'll get to see you guys even looser. He's meaning 4:40 a.m.
This is mate. That's
so
the best.
who is going to be?
So good.
Isn't it embarrassing when Hamish comes on and it's literally us and 2 other viewers?
Mate, I reckon hopefully people will get up for that. I like he's trying to sort of send us out strong.
Yeah,
4:40 a.m. is going to be weird, but I'm glad he's a professional and knows how to handle a couple of us loose.
And so the thing is, I was thinking when I did the budgets, we got 50 orders. We can only really afford, if we charged 20, we can afford $20. We can afford to about send 25 in the mail. The other ones around Melbourne, I think we should deliver so that we break even.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Can we do it on the Friday?
Well, you could do some on Friday, but I thought Show Baker's in Warragul, which is far out, and she would hit the regional. The DHL doesn't support it, and so she wouldn't see it until the 8th of May if we sent it through DHL. So
See you next year.
So Sevs, once I've spoken to my insurance company and we've got the all clear, are you okay to drive my I-30 with me in the supervising seat and we'll go and drop it off to Show Baker?
That sounds great. If you just sign off my little booklet just saying that I'm doing 2 hours
I could chuck in a couple of extra hours for you. No, mate, it will take more than 2 hours. It will take us...
Well, that's... Yeah.
Probably an hour.
I searched... It was an hour 20. It was an hour 20. Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, with the Macca's stop, it's a 3.5 hour round trip.
And the Macca's coffee is quite good. Lara says, I-30, what a cute car. Yeah, Lara, it is a great car.
It is.
It's a really nice car. It's just a
love
bit
that
bigger
you
than
shaved
sort of...
your head leading into winter, the coldest month on the calendar. Crazy, bro.
But what do you think? So with the beanie, I've sort of brought it up a little bit to give it that sort of Home Alone...
that's exactly who I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Home Alone, Marv.
You remember his name?
You know, when he puts his hand on the door.
And he has he has the hand gloves, the fingerless hand gloves.
Oh, yeah. I could get some fingerless hand gloves. What other gloves can you have, Sevs, if they're not hand gloves?
Don't know.
They're just fingerless gloves?
Fingerless gloves, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going, George? You've been pretty quiet.
Can I just say George's jacket looks like almost Michael Jackson-esque. You know that where he's got the shoulder pads?
Or a V8 supercar.
Oh, is it Man United? Oh, wow.
Here we go.
I didn't know you followed
you look
soccer.
like an F1.
All right. How much is a bag of heroin, bro?
Works in the pits.
Yeah, you'd fit right in Abbotsford. You just need to run quite quickly and have a sports bag and you look like you're ready for a hit.
And be always in a pack of... You need two
exactly.
of you. Junkies always roll in twos.
And so, I like the look. It's a strong look. How are you going, George?
I was just cold this morning, to be honest. It was freezing.
Really?
But,
That's fine.
Yeah, look, I'm good. I'm just getting through, getting shit done. Slightly busy, but pumped.
Yeah,
great.
I mean, the thing is, you never hear a stress from the guy.
Yeah.
He's got more edits than bloody, I don't know. Something. There's no joke there, but he's got a lot of edits on.
There's a lot of, like a full-time edit. Jake says Friday is predicted to be the coldest April day here in Melbourne in the last 24 years.
Glabber inside.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, dude, I've got my heater next to me now. Like, I'm rolling with a little panel heater. Downstairs, I'm never down here beyond 10 p.m. or before 5 a.m. And at 5 a.m, not much. But it's like, it's freezing in my downstairs. There's no heater. Like, the way they built this house is they do a heater upstairs, and then I think they just think, hopefully it comes downstairs. I don't know what they were thinking.
Would you do a fire? Would you get your fire going?
I can definitely...
inside.
Because it's fucking raining. That's so annoying.
Well, but surely there's a period... Can you not have the fire in the rain?
Here's what I can do. I can set the fire ready to go, and have it inside. It's just like you take the top off, right? Take the
Sounds extremely annoying for
take
your
the bowl.
family, but go on.
and then I could have it in the garage. And so then
that's
when
better.
it's not raining, I can take it out, get it started, and then I mean I was out there on Saturday night sitting, and it was starting to spit, and it was okay. It's okay. So I can have my laptop, and that's all good. That's all good.
So we were thinking of other people that we should have on the show. I'm very into. I don't know much about astronomy. Do you know much about astronomy, Sebs?
Nah, not a lot. Just like a few bits and pieces. Like I find it super interesting, but I haven't.
Reel
haven't
off some
studied
names.
it.
Orion's belt. What else we got?
Oh well, it depends what you want. If you
Southern Cross.
But solar system stuff.
So, well, it's more probably around like getting into like wormholes and that sort of stuff. That's the stuff that I find interesting. Like I got
the
I
dark,
got given,
like-
I got like I got a book from, it must have been for Christmas, but it's from Interstellar, and it's got the physicist who helped on with the Interstellar movie, and he just goes and runs through all of the scientific stuff behind it, which is pretty interesting. But
I mean,
Yeah.
the most excited I got was when I was young. I remember this night. It was like going to be a meteor shower, which you hear about them, you see them sort of. It looks amazing. It looks like some kind of reverse fireworks. Coming from the
What's
top.
a reverse firework?
Reverse fireworks. Fireworks come from the ground up and
coming
come
down.
down.
Oh, sick.
And so this is just like coming. It's like just showering down these beautiful lights. Anyway. Got to the night, it was cloudy. The amount of times I've heard about something happening and gone out, cloudy, absolutely annoying. Absolutely,
or like the
annoying. And
moon's meant
prob-
to be massive and it's not. It's slightly annoying.
Oh mate, the when I was in where did I go to? Central Queensland, where I did a episode, JJ, with you. I was on top of that big water tank in in
You can see
Central
a lot of
Queensland.
stars and stuff.
Dude, my God, unless you've been to those places without that have zero light pollution, it is a different world. It's like I don't know. Have you been somewhere where it's like so
I did like
dark?
Central Australia camp and things like that with school.
Yeah,
That was good. But I feel like there was also I feel like in Colorado when Brie and I were there was like heaps of stars. But so what I was thinking though is, do we know any Gronks that have a telescope that they connect to their computer? Because what I would like to do is to get them on Zoom, get them to share it, and we can go through different like stars and shit, or constellations, and learn all about that type of thing.
That'd be sick. I mean, we have to find the few caveats is location, like where you are in the world.
Well, you'd have
'Cause we
to
ne-
be. Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. But
It's-
maybe we
it's
could
cloudy
do it.
and cold and raining on Friday, and so
So what about if it
Victoria-
was? So maybe it's middle of the day for us, but then somewhere dark
Yeah,
in like Europe.
yeah. I mean, there's definitely somewhere where it's clear skies in the world.
And so they need to have a telescope, and they just need to be able to connect it via USB. I'm sure we could even go onto YouTube and find people who do this, and then reach out and say, "Hey, would you sort of how would you feel about some bands?"
Yeah, surely. I wonder what the quality of banter will be. I mean, I love experts who just geek out in this shit.
What about Brian Cox?
Who's
Oh,
Coxie?
he's so
He'd be a
great.
good get.
Who's Brian Cox?
Who's he?
He's
The
like
scientist.
He's
He's
like
an
he's an is he astronomer?
Astronomer.
Oh, is he
Yeah,
the one with the
Physicist- he's
cool
a
hair?
physicist.
He's like the new Stephen Hawking.
Is
Yeah.
he the
Is he?
one that's like a singer as well on the side?
Don't think he sings.
Does he look like he's in a band? Has he got sort of like a big fringe?
He could be. Yeah, he could be in a band.
Yeah,
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 he's
that's him.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of like TV shows and stuff that he's narrated and starred in. But yeah, he's awesome. He's also been on Joe Rogan a few times.
Yeah. I mean, we just need
Yeah,
any
he's great.
Gronk with a telescope.
We can connect it and in a location. It's quite specific, to be honest. If it was, I mean, if we had more, if
If it wasn't cloudy,
yeah,
I'd
This is the
buy
thing,
a
it's happening
telescope so I could
happen
do
again.
it.
I want to do something
Yeah.
with the sky, and it's fucking cloudy again. The absolute outrage I have.
Yeah, it's slightly annoying.
George,
what are you? Yeah, go on. Sorry, TJ.
Go, George.
Yeah, I was literally just going to ask George if he had any thoughts on what other sort of experts or people we should be having on.
I have to come back to you.
He's editing.
Really?
He's actually editing. Right
So he's editing. Yeah.
He's just written experts into Google, and he's trying to pull up.
What about your mum? We talked about your mum coming on and doing like a book read.
Yeah, she could read something. She wanted to read. She was asking me like, what should I read? And I was like, I don't know, just something. She's maybe like a funny. She wanted to read a Donald Trump poem.
Oh yeah, what's it? Wait,
Has he written poems? Holy shit!
I don't know if they're legit or if it's like a joke book, but apparently there's some poems which are just hilarious, either from him or someone's made them up.
It's called his
So
Twitter
there's that.
feed. That's it. He's they're all cryptic.
Or a bedtime story for when it gets late. Maybe just before Hamish. She can.
Oh, that'd be good.
I mean, that'll put us to sleep a bit.
We could maybe some sort of maybe if she has a copy of that some book about the afterlife, stories from the afterlife. I feel like that at like 2 a.m. would be a bit of a head fuck.
Like horror stories.
Oh, horror story, Goosebumps. I owned a lot of Goosebumps, never read them.
Mate, turn around. It's the same thing right now with your bookshelf.
Really changed.
They look good though, so I pay you.
you.
Like they're all the cool covers.
Oliver sent through a photo of him. He's done the old buzz cut.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It looks great. He's asking whether I really shaved my head. Yeah, I did shave my head. It's all gone.
Is there anything? Did you discover anything? Because there was always a lot of talk about
the folliculitis
the
and stuff. No, so
scalp
it's definitely like a little red, and so I'd like to improve that. And so I'm going to get some tea tree oil and really really work it. I feel like I can do a lot.
It looked pretty great, to be honest. Like the scalp health wasn't actually that bad. Like
no, but I just think that
when
wouldn't
you
it be
show me
good
on
just to have a
FaceTime.
great quality head?
You legit have gone
I reckon
bald,
you got a good head.
right? Like you've cut that
You got a
so
great head.
short that it's bald, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't plan that. The funny thing is, Scooter calls me. Like when I spoke to Scooter earlier, he's like, okay, be honest with me. I said, okay. He's like, how much of you shaving your head was just for attention?
And that's when you started crying, right? And
No, the thing is, this is what it's upsetting. I didn't do it for attention. I did it because I want to do it.
Yeah.
Do you think I did it for attention? I do a lot of shit for attention.
If you did it for attention, you would have done it on the show. So
yeah.
I think it's.
I'm still same effect. He nearly did it. I think you've been thinking about it a lot. I remember when I was wanting to cut, when I was growing my hair. You just think about it a lot. If your hair's not in a good place,
I've been
I know what you
obsessed.
mean.
I've been obsessed with shaving my head.
I've done it.
He
I've had
gave
that
like the
same
whole thing.
thought.
It's like how much of like would you shave your head, TJ?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
No, because I look like a fuckwit. My hair, my head's not made for it. I shaved it once when I was 20, 21, 22. I had it shaved as a kid a heap. I mean, you can like.
Do you think I look like a fuckwit?
I didn't mind the hair that you had. I quite like it.
Well,
like
this is the thing.
Is that a yes
There's
or a
nothing
no?
else. I reckon there's
If
nothing.
I could choose you with one, I'd have you with hair.
If
I want a business partner with hair. That's what I'm
this
saying.
is the thing. I said this to I said this to Seb. So I'm like, I got to get lean because he can't. He's happy to have one, but he doesn't want a fat and bald business partner. He's got to pick. He's got to pick one. But but this is the thing, isn't it weird? Like as someone who is likes to be a people pleaser, I am so fascinated by the amount of people who have a vested interest in my hair. And not only that, the amount of like the reaction. I never get that on Instagram. It's like the mouth open, like, and they don't write it. It's just I think George did a bit of that. George might have done but that was to the to the photo of the hair on the ground.
Yeah,
I got a lot of that
Jesus.
where it's like, what? How do I interpret if someone does a
be honest,
mouth open?
My one, I replied with just the clap to your bald head.
Was that you feeling a
I
bit
didn't know.
bad about the mouth open?
I didn't know what to write. I didn't want so I just did that.
But it's
So
funny
I didn't
because
want to not say anything.
Did you like my post about what's he shaved, his back or his
That was
head?
yeah. Jake says there's nothing wrong with being fat and bald. I actually agree, Jake. I could lean right into it. My dad's fat and bald. It's a look.
There's absolutely nothing wrong, Jake. There's an internal joke. It's not an internal joke. Josh once accused me of thinking that I was thinking that I don't want a fat business partner. Which
well,
I'd
he
never
wouldn't
thought
let me
that
eat
sentence
whatever
in
I
my
wanted.
life. I'd never thought that sentence in my life, nor have I thought that I don't want a fat and bald business partner.
So anyway,
But
who do you think's more likely out of this group? Who do you think's more likely to sort of shave or go bald eventually? George?
Go bald?
Yeah.
George.
Nah, you know, I actually got strict instructions last night. I'm not allowed to shave my head bald.
Is this
From who?
after Hannah saw
Not
me? What an
Yeah.
absolute. Go on. She's
Because
like, you can
yeah,
never
'cause-
look like Josh. Like Josh.
No,
is-
because it looks good on you. It wouldn't look good on me.
no.
I got I just, you know, I've got my brows are too big, my head's a bit weird shape. So it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't work.
Is it because I feel like you're calculated, Josh? Is this an ongoing thing? It's just, hi, I'm Josh Janssen. I'm a shaved head guy. Is that
Well,
it?
so the thing is, being, what's Jake saying? Oh, no fat business partner. Totally fair enough. Play on. No, so I think when it comes to the shaved head thing, I think that it's going to be better with age. So whilst we look at it now, and it's a bit silly, by the time I'm 40, and there's a bit of tan on my head, and I've fucking leaned out, and I'm just at the beach, and we've just got one of those. What's the
A vortex.
vortex?
You've got a real obsession with those. Like I remember it would have been maybe a couple of months ago that you wanted me to. We wanted to do you wanted me to do a shirtless shoot throwing one.
Yeah.
I think the obsession's with you getting your top off, mate.
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
honest.
No, I just know it's the only way I can get a photo of him because he's not interested otherwise.
No, it's yeah, it is fascinating though how much our identity is wrapped up in how we look visually.
Mm. And that's
But
part of
is
the
he-
pushback, which is like I had this realization where I was like, I'm actually loving. There's something very space age about it. It's like, you know what? Like this is. I just removed something. I don't know. I liked it. I felt really good about myself after it.
I
I was
guess
just
what
like,
you mean.
fuck
I mean,
yeah.
It was the hang-ups I had about having cold sores when I was younger.
Mm.
They completely destroyed me. And I think that people who are going slightly bald and then they cut it, there's a liberation there. It's like, whatever. I'm not saying that's for you.
Like, it's
I don't know
Truthless.
if you're going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
truthfully,
yeah.
yeah.
It's Truthless.
Yeah, he said
he
he'd
did a
cut
good
it off.
video about it.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
so good. That was so good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I don't know. Own it. Doesn't really fucking
No,
matter.
I
People
am.
get over
I'm
it.
fine.
2 days. 2 days. 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days. 2 days.
Everyone's
people
saying
get
they
over
think that I'm trying to look like Seth Godin.
it. That is
You
quite
do.
funny.
It was just
That is
because I
quite
posted a video of him a couple of hours before.
And don't
Casey,
you have the
well,
Seth Godin style
Casey
glasses?
says Truthless is the best. Get him on again. We should.
Yeah,
We'll try and see if we can get him on for the 24-hour stream.
Yeah, we love
Definitely.
people.
Yeah.
Just on some other light news, because big news was your head shaving, mate. So the government are paying out $100 million to wildlife attractions around Australia just based on coronavirus, and not they can't let people go and see them. Like you think about the
Like zoos and stuff?
Tiger King, like the amount it cost to feed the tigers. I hadn't even thought like the connection to Australia and how much it's costing to keep these things going. Mate, do you know what a dugong is?
Oh yeah.
It's a small elephant,
a-
I believe.
Underwater.
I think if
It's
you
a
were
water-
nude in
water
the water,
creature.
if you were nude in the water right now, you'd slightly look like one, Josh.
This is hurtful. I don't want to
No,
Google it.
Yeah.
Was that just a long
Sea
setup
cow.
for that joke?
Yeah,
not at all.
been doing this. He was
No.
fattening me up for months just so he could make that Dugong joke or whatever the fuck.
No,
Dugong.
it just caught my attention today. So dugongs, they eat lettuce. Little pricks. That's all they eat. Lettuce.
Really?
Have a guess
They could
how
do a
much
Subway
lettuce
deal.
and how much it costs per year to feed a
Oh
dugong.
my god. It would
I
eat. It
reckon
would eat
100,000
like.
a year.
It'd eat so many
20 grand.
kg of lettuce.
20 tons of lettuce a year a dugong eats,
Whoa.
and it costs 50 grand per dugong. just in lettuce, Bill.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Iceberg.
Mate, they only eat iceberg.
Really?
Absolute
No baby
little
spinach?
fucks.
No
Only
omelets?
eat
They
ice
put in
cream.
No
omelets or
spinach, yeah.
anything?
No kale, nothing.
Rocket.
Dude. Absolutely.
Rocket, yeah. They hate rocket.
I think there's
And don't you dare
albino
try and give them
dugongs.
coriander. They'll lose their
Yeah,
minds.
absolutely not. Yeah.
Albino dugongs. Oh my god, it does look like you guys. No, it's fine. It's fine.
They're like little vacuum cleaners as well. Like their little mouth on the floor. It's like a little suction thing.
Yeah.
How are you?
You take it-
Leah's asking TJ, how are you across dugong facts?
Oh mate, I'm just hearing it. I just heard it. Once I actually wrote I did a project on a dugong. I remember them because their nickname is sea cow. Or is that
Yeah.
manatee? Sea cow? Is
No,
it?
no, no.
Yeah, sea cow.
I think it's
Yeah, did a little project back in the day, Leah, and then I've always had sort of my ear to the ground on the dugong, world. Anyway, I thought I did just the me. As soon as I can work out what someone's net worth is, what their house is worth, how much money they're spending on food, I'm interested. So dugong.
Was
caught
it
my
in
eye.
Carter back in the day? You gone?
Is a manatee a dugong?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out.
Same thing? They look like the
Is it?
same thing.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
George, what do you
They
think?
look pretty similar.
I haven't looked them up.
They're weird little animals, aren't they?
Absolute weird animal.
They're like this
absolute-
thing
like-
that's
Yeah,
been
they are
on
weird.
the surface and they've just mixed in with a dolphin.
And so I
they're
haven't
just-
actually looked it up yet. Am I gonna? I'll
Just-
look it up. So you're saying I
You're not
look
gonna
like a
be-
dugong?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just your
You're
head.
not gonna
shape. Like
be-
it's
It's your head shape. That's
just this. They're basically like they
Oh
look
my
like
goodness! Oh
they
my
look like
goodness.
just soft
They
all
look-
over.
They look-
it's not.
oh no! It's not good.
It's
What does that look like with it? When I had hair, did I just look
With
like
hair.
a dugong with hair? It's a nightmare. Oh, one of them looks okay. Do you remember? Was it Encarta or what was the software where you could search for all the facts?
Yeah, I think in Carter 95 or something like that. It was or what was the books that they used to? There used to be door-to-door salespeople that were selling
Oh, yeah.
in
The yellow
encyclopedia,
ones.
encyclopedias.
The gold.
Britannica. Was that it?
Britannica. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you could-
there was an Do you remember there was an Australian edition, and because I just remember I did a school project on the sugar glider, and I just remember
that a
clicking
bat?
through. It flies. Yeah. Oh no, it glides.
Sounds like a
it
bat.
glides.
yeah.
Oh no,
It's more of a
little,
possum. It's more of a possum that glides from memory.
Oh, I've seen that.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
Mems. Says Casey. Is she referring to memories?
Or memes.
I think it's
Is
it's
it
memes.
Memes.
Like she's
Memories.
memories. Oh, like such a good
Yeah,
Yeah.
Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah, mate. That was it, JJ. That was these two, you wouldn't have grown up in a time where there was no internet.
Oh.
George, you're a bit
No.
older. How old are you, George?
Nah, 26. Nah, there was we had encyclopedias and stuff, but
Your mum does own a bookstore, so it's a bit different. But
yeah,
the time where you couldn't just search Google for whatever,
yeah.
like how
Nah, I
much
don't-
much does a dugong eat worth of lettuce? You can't find that shit.
That'd be in the book,
encyclopedia.
right? You'd go on the
Yeah.
Dewey system or whatever, and you'd fucking find it that way.
Yeah,
Dude.
definitely.
But I lived in a time where we had floppy disks.
Do you remember the digital cameras with the floppy disks? It was like a big square. I remember like SRC had one. So taking sort of photos in our blazers.
Jake has said, "Do you remember where in the world is Carmen San Diego?"
It's fucking great.
He's written,
That was so good.
where
Where in the
in
world is Carmen
time-
San Diego?
What's that?
Fuck
So
it,
she was she had a red sort of trench coat, and so I got into this last week. So over on the weekend, you can search any of these games and type in gameplay into YouTube, and you can watch it and you can hear it. I was watching Duke Nukem Time to Kill from like the old PlayStation or whatever. There's
yeah, the wolves.
was sick,
like
but yeah,
wow,
Wolfenstein 3D.
Wolfenstein, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Mother Goose is another good one. But yeah, Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? That was the first, or the Magic School Bus. And then
Oh, the
that
Magic
was
School Bus.
yeah, that's good.
And then what about early days like Lemmings?
I
Do you remember Lemmings? Or is
no.
that maybe it was
what's
like my
that?
brother? It was these little things that like you dig through and drop down and like go over, and you have to build these like little. Oh, it's just this 2D game. It was sick. Look it up though. It's interesting to watch. It's actually quite addictive. I sometimes find myself watching. So these games on Instagram, like they're apps that you can download, really like they do these little sort of screen captures of a scene in the game. But I'm so into them. I just sometimes looking at them, and it's like trying to sort of let water down into one compartment and then you drown and then I don't know, but I just find myself watching them non-stop.
There was a
Ridiculous.
series of ones my mum got into. I think it was called Bloobs or Blurb. I think it was Bloobs, and it was this this app where you sort of had to go and shoot these little like it was sort of this. Yeah, it was a strange game, but I just remember she'd spend hours. Like it was almost a thing. Like even if your family weren't gamers, you would end up playing. It's almost like solitaire or whatever. Like there's certain games for non-gamers.
What is it? What was the app you were talking about?
I think it was Bloobs, Bloobs.
What are you shooting? Did you say that you were shooting
Bloobs.
something?
Yeah, Bloobs, I guess. No, they were like this. Why are you asking, Sevs? I feel like you're setting me up for something.
No. I'm not saying. I'm just trying to. I just want to know what it is.
So, well, let's look it up. Bloobs.
Yeah, they're like little balloons or something.
Are you sure you
There
don't
was
mean
another
balls?
Oh, fuck
I was thinking
yes,
balloons.
yes. Look on
balloons
it,
tower
everyone.
defense.
Type in Bloobs now onto YouTube. And so, yeah, Bloobs Windows game
no.
2000. This was...
BLOOB.
Yeah, this was sick. Hang on. Let's see if I can...
Bring
actually,
it
no,
in.
I won't try and bring it up. But search
3D
it.
bloobs.
Oh.
It was so much fun. So you'd shoot these things and we'd
yeah.
play it for hours.
I didn't have that. What about this? There was one where
Man, I loved
it was,
Icy Towers.
Yeah,
Icy
that's
Towers.
that's a similar version. That was good, Sevs, but that was that would have been your version of the
That's-
games we're talking
Mhm.
about.
Yeah.
But you would
there
have
was
had
an
noddy...
aeroplane, JJ. Do you remember this aeroplane game? They were like not aeroplane, like paper aeroplanes, and you'd send this thing, and you'd
So I remember
let's go back to
there was a iPhone version of whatever that game is where it like you had to try and keep it all like going
Copter.
up. Copter. That was good, wasn't it?
Loved that game.
Yeah, I wonder what
oh
happened.
a
my
great game.
god, Glider Pro. It was Macintosh 1994.
This is good. I mean, the thing is that what I was going to
this
say
is
is, Sebs,
bizarre.
you are young enough that if you'd watched Noddy, you would have had like the 3D. Remember there was
What's
like Noddy.
Noddy?
Noddy. The little
No?
Noddy.
Yeah, the little beanie.
Yeah, I used to look like Noddy.
Nah.
did a
I've
bit.
never watched that.
Do you remember
I feel like
Noddy?
it's too old.
TJ?
Yeah, I remember Noddy, but Rory's just said the ski game with the Yeti thing. Yeah, I remember that ski game. Be hitting
Oh, there
those
was a
big jumps.
sick ski game on PlayStation. It was just like it was
Man.
snowboarding. That was great.
Oh yes! Oh my
Ski Free.
god! This is bringing back so many memories. So all you need to do, Ski Free was the name. There's a guy who's got a YouTube channel called Nostalgia Nerd. He's got 306,000 subscribers, and I think that a lot of them are just like screen captures using a real golf. Oh, remember the golf game?
Yeah.
Oh, this
Or
dude's
there was
amazing.
also Grand Prix. We got F1 on PC, and we even had the whole steering wheel stuff as well.
Oh,
that's
I
amazing.
think one of the earliest games that I played was on one of Mum
Angry
and Dad's
Birds.
work lap. No. Yeah. It was
It was on the iPhone.
like Zoo
10.
Zoo Tycoon.
What's that?
It's like you ended up building your own zoos. And so you have to like build cages and stuff, and then you're like buying animals, and they had a bunch of them.
Sevs,
Like
did your
Tiger
parents
King.
ever have a rear projection television?
So
Are
it's
they
big
the ones
fat
with the box out the end? Yeah.
Yeah.
We
it's
had
out
one
the
of them.
back. So it's you
Yeah.
did. I can
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
you got. I see. I reckon.
We had one of them.
I just feel like you're a family that had a rear projection and it ended out on the front lawn at some point.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, they were
That
crazy.
outdated. So yeah, they were. I mean, there was such a time before the next one, so it went rear projection and then into plasmas or something, but it was a long time between, so they just, all of them got binned. By the
Do you
time
remember
plasmas came out.
there was a Lego game as well, which was really good. Also things where it's like The Simpsons or these different sort of franchises would have their own games.
Yeah.
Every mate's
Sonic-
got a friend that's obsessed with this, like a family that's obsessed with The Simpsons. Ours were the Woolgars.
Yeah.
They had everything
Oh.
Simpsons.
Dude, Rory, I'm sending
What about
Rory
slime
right
games?
now. Rory,
What's
I
a-
just
what
like
sort of
You guys
slime
play
game?
slime games? Slime games. Just like these little like semicircle guys, and you it's like 2D. Play soccer, volleyball. I used to play that in primary school. Loved it.
Yeah, the
Mate, I'm in heaven. I haven't thought about these things in so long. Isn't your mind
mine
weird?
weird. We said it at the same time.
No, you didn't
Did
get
you?
in first.
What? No, literally we said it at the same time.
No, TJ actually got in first.
Yeah, thanks.
Because of the delay.
Worms.
What was
Worms.
Oh, Worms. Yeah, obviously all the sort of the Nokia
It's a good one.
stuff. The
Gemma's
I wonder
saying
what
that's
boat
a-
this is
that's
Zoom
a
going to be.
beanies.
what was that?
Zoom
Sebs?
beanies.
Zoom beanies.
Zoom beanies? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, on Bodie. What is he going to get into?
Yeah, what is he going to think? What's his version of this shit? Like, imagine being born in 2016 onward, like even
Yeah.
2020. Imagine being born this year.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I remember these games looking really good because I was like, oh, maybe I just need a emulator. I don't need a PS4. I'll just get like a emulator that can play PS2 games. And then I actually watched like Duke Nukem and stuff. I was like, it is so shit. Like, you don't even have to fire. You don't have to have any accuracy to kill anyone. You just have to hit the gun and it will just like kill them.
Yeah.
But it's crazy what, like, even back then, like, the shit we were watching, like, it was definitely, like, you end up going to a stripper's, and like, I remember all of this stuff. It's pretty crazy. But are kids playing games? Like, I feel like now that there's internet, they're too busy TikToking and being Visco girls on Instagram. Are they actually...
Isn't that why they made them free? Like, isn't like the new COD, it's free. You can just get
Really?
it.
Is it?
And Fortnite and
Is it?
stuff. Isn't that the whole
What's
idea?
the business model?
I don't
And
think
you can
COD
buy
is-
you can in game purchases or something.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't play
Yeah.
games, but that's what I
I
thought
watched
they're doing.
I watched a Travis Scott live performance within Fortnite. It wasn't him really.
Oh,
but
yeah, you're
they
right, George.
built out this ridiculous visuals of Travis Scott rapping, like his Astro World album. It's ridiculous. And there's some Aussie gamer who's got 11 million subscribers. Do you know who this guy is? He's ginormous.
No.
But they're just jumping around in this Fortnite game looking. I saw like people that don't even game were posting it, and then I jumped on it and I was like, it's a full experience. Like the developers of Fortnite had built out this ridiculous sort of scene on a map. Blew your mind. If you like Travis Scott, you watch it. If you don't like Travis Scott or you don't like Fortnite, don't watch it. Anyway.
The
that doco was pretty good, I thought.
What was the doco?
The what?
The Travis Scott doco. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not
I
very.
don't even know who Travis
relevant.
Scott is.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Travis Scott. If you don't know him, watch the doco. You might just respect him
What's
a little bit for
can you give
his
me a
live
hint?
performance.
Musician?
He's a rapper, and he produces music, and he's got a kid with Kylie Jenner,
Okay.
which might be a connection for you, JJ.
Yeah, that's a
Other
good
than
bit of
that-
goss. Do people know that?
Other than that, he's one of the biggest rappers in the world.
Yes.
But that's another point.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up my son.
All right. Oh, this was fun. I enjoyed this, everyone.
Could we
This is
play?
fun.
Could we play any of these games on the 24-hour stream?
Yeah,
Could we have
maybe
a gaming
yeah.
hour?
Yeah, we could use like emulators or whatever, like so it's actually on the PC. I'm sure that we have some geeks that could hook that up, and so
We
we'd
could
be
just
able
have
to.
somebody do it for us, and we just watch it and commentate.
Yeah. There's even Mac emulators and like emulators on Macs, so you guys could even install it on your iMacs and do that. That would be fun. I never got into. Charles is just saying play Wii. wasn't a Wii family. We didn't have a Wii. But I did
neither
have
did we.
I still
always
have it.
wanted-
I've got the Game
We
Boy.
did.
I've got the Game Boy that's got the camera. That was like one of my first ever digital cameras. It's like a selfie cam.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
Such
remember
shit
that. You
quality.
plug it in. Was
Yeah.
it you plugged
It's like
it
a
into the back,
cartridge.
mate?
Like you just put it in the back and then it's on
Yeah.
there. It was sick.
Ridiculous. God, memory lane, boys. Memory
Anyway.
lane.
Clash of Clans.
It's a daily talk show. If you've got suggestions for what we should do on the 24-hour live stream, please hit us up on the WhatsApp. I'm writing them all down. We had a couple of suggestions.
Do you know what I want? While Leah McClellan's here,
Mhm.
I would like to ask her to devise some kind of game because she is the what was she? Something fun. It was organised fun or remember how she had that
She's very
Structured
good
fun.
at-
Structured fun.
structured fun. I was thinking as it gets into the wee hours of the morning and the 24-hour live stream, we could pull out a Leah McClellan game, bit of structured fun. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Sounds so
That'd
good.
be fun.
Gemma's saying about the can't play the music because of the licensing. Thank you, Gemma. Yeah, I think we could get away with it without the. I feel like it's pretty low level if it's not taking up the full screen. Maybe,
Yeah.
but
But we're not gonna be playing music when we're on the show.
The key. Yeah.
Can't-
yeah, that'd be
Wow.
annoying. Julia
Well, tell us
suggested
just-
DIY haircuts. This is before I got my haircut. She was suggesting getting your initials like TJ
Oh, yeah. Dude,
shaved
once
into your
I,
head.
Once I got like something shaved into my beard, it was sick on radio. But I mean, it
Really?
required a professional hairdresser to come in and hit me up.
If you want to get, for the people asking about the WhatsApp, you just need to sign up, thedailytalkshow.com/Gronks. You fill that in, and then you become a VIP Gronk, and then I add you to the WhatsApp. But Alex suggested Truth or Dare could get risky.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Ryan
Love
said
it.
TikToks. So we could do, I definitely like the idea of regular TikToks, but he also suggested makeup with Queen Gronk products. We could sort of finish off with some makeup. I like the idea of it's just like by the end of it.
You just look like an absolute mess.
Yeah, be fun. All right. Yeah, it's a
All
daily
right,
talk
guys.
show. See you tomorrow morning, everyone. Have a good one. See ya.
See you guys.